On Taoiseach Enda Kenny, Lord Mayor of Dublin, Christy Burke, Minister Donoghue, Minister Flanagan, US Ambassador to Ireland, Kevin O'Malley, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Ireland has successfully hosted Division I American college football on 5 separate occasions since 1988. As a nation, we've embraced and welcomed the recent classics of 2012 and 2014. I'm delighted to announce that college football returns to Ireland in 2016. To make the formal announcement by audiovisual, the President of Boston College, Father William Leahy.
Warm greetings to the Taoiseach and the people of Ireland. It is grand news that Boston College will be coming to Dublin in September 2016 to play in the Aer Lingus College Football Classic against Georgia Tech, another school in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Some will remember when Boston College and Army played each other in the Lansdowne Road Stadium in 1988. I think students and alumni in particular will be quite excited about the prospect of Boston College going to Ireland and playing another football game there. Boston College has long and deep connections to Ireland and its history, culture, and traditions. We were founded in 1863 by a Jesuit born in Northern Ireland to educate young men, many of them Irish immigrants or born of families from Ireland. And generations of Irish have graduated from Boston College. Our Burns Library houses the largest collection of Irish manuscripts in the United States, and Boston College has an office and classrooms in a building on St. Stephen's Green in Dublin. I can tell you that I and many others at Boston College are looking forward to the Aer Lingus Football Classic next year and to being in Dublin when Ireland celebrates the 100th anniversary of the 1916 Rising. I hope to see you there.
Father Leahy mentioned the Boston College faculty on St. Stephen's Green. Joining us today's event are 19 current Boston College students who are in Ireland for a 3-week as part of a business history and policies on sport class taught by Professor Mike Cronin, Academic Director of Boston College Ireland. And while no football players, the BC sports teams are well represented with rowing, ice hockey, softball, club lacrosse and track are represented. Apologies, guys, for keeping the secret of you all week, telling you what was going on. We actually told them a little because of social media, but we're delighted to have you here today to announce that your college will host a game here in 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, to confirm, the Aer Lingus College Football Classic 2016 between Boston College and the Georgia Institute of Technology will take place on Saturday, September 3rd, 2016 at the Aviva Stadium, Dublin. A new entity has been established to promote and operate the event, Irish American Events Limited, which is a joint venture company between hospitality and event specialist Corporate.ie and our US partners Anthony Travel. The entity will be supported by a profile steering group chaired by Mr. Neil Naughton of the Glendipix Group. Under Neil's stewardship, the steering group will have 3 key objectives: mobilise the US fan base of both colleges to travel for game week and have a fantastic time and embrace Irish culture; maximise the business and networking opportunity around the 2016 game week; and lastly, further create the correct environment that Ireland can cement its position as the European home of college football with a minimum of a biannual football game from 2016. The event is forecasting 25,000 plus international visitors, which equates, based on an average 4-night stay, of 100,000 bed nights for 2016. The event has created 3 full-time posts to date and is expected to have a direct economic impact of €56 million to the Irish economy. And like, in particular, the classic of 2012, Notre Dame and Navy, we will never know and continue to benefit from the indirect economic benefit. The game will be broadcasted live to 1.2 million Americans on ESPN. Before I introduce the Taoiseach to formally welcome the event, for your information, in a number of hours, 11 a.m. Eastern Time to be exact, a similar event is scheduled to happen in Boston, where the Mayor of Boston, Marty Walsh, is guest of honour. we are recording the Taoiseach's welcome of the event to Ireland to play at this equally profile event in the US in a number of hours. Ladies and gentlemen, to formally welcome the Aer Lingus College Football Classic 2016 to Ireland, please welcome on Taoiseach Enda Kenny.
Mr Flanagan, Minister Donoghue, Lord Mayor, Ambassador O'Malley, ladies and gentlemen. Father Leahy, a good friend of Ireland, brings us great news that Boston College have chosen Aviva Stadium to play Georgia Tech in 2016. Confirmation is important. For your diaries, it's September 3, Saturday, 2016 to be precise. And you need this notice because I'm reliably informed there will be approximately 25,000 visitors arriving from all over the United States and Europe for what looks set to be a thrilling game indeed and an enthralling week. American college football is making not just a name, but a second home for itself in Ireland. It did all begin back in 1998 when Boston College played and defeated the US Military Academy 38-24 at what was then Lansdowne Road. In 2012, there was the Emerald Isle Classic with the clash of the Naval Academy and Notre Dame. And just last year, we had the Croke Park Classic between Central Florida and Penn State. 50,000 people watched what was not just thrilling play, but outstanding camaraderie and teamwork. And for both of these games, 20,000 people arrived from overseas, most of them from the United States. They came for the game. They spent a few days enjoying all that Ireland has to offer, including the excellent array of events based around the games. And equally, many took time to look up family, to trace and to find their Irish ancestry, an ancestry of which they and we are immeasurably proud. It's fair to say that they left these shores feeling not just impressed, but also embraced. Because, as you know, there is no welcome like an Irish welcome. Because it defines us, not alone as a nation, but as a destination. It marks us out. It raises us up in an increasingly crowded and competitive tourism marketplace. The sheer quality of the Aviva Stadium is also a crucial mark of sheer quality of the Irish sporting tourism experience. The Aviva stands on the site of the old and much-loved Lansdowne Stadium, home to some of our best and most precious sporting memories over many years. And in the glint and edge and luxury of the new Aviva, you will find the ghosts of old sporting glory, that sense that for us in Ireland, on the pitch and otherwise, our best days are always up ahead of us. The Aviva is just one of the many recently refurbished stadia in Ireland and is ideally suited to hosting prestigious events like the Europa League, like the Heineken Cup finals, and of course, American football. Indeed, I would like to thank Martin and Carmel Naughton and the Naughton family who host this opportunity here today, and also to pay tribute to the work done by Ambassador Rooney when he was here, who was a big supporter of the Games. I thank them, and I thank everybody else who has worked hard to bring this prestigious event to Ireland. Fáilte Ireland believes that hosting such a high-profile event and welcoming so many visitors and friends really does put Ireland on the map in the United States as a location to host major international sporting events. And good luck to you in Boston today, and Cogorgicus Awarchin, the Mayor of Boston. Finally, thank you, Father Leahy, for your announcement simultaneously and here in Dublin, together with other leaders of the university, for choosing Ireland and for choosing us to make this momentous sporting occasion happen. Let me assure you that it is a wise choice. We will exceed your best hopes and your expectations. We can't wait to see you and to give you, to share with you what we call in the Irish language, Lá Dar Seal, which is a special day in our lives. One of those truly special days that we keep in our hearts and that in their own way keep us for the rest of our lives. Thank you, and Cogorgegus.
Thank you, Taoiseach. Over the past 3 months, we've been on a campaign trail to secure a business model for the event, not only for 2016, but long-term to secure Ireland as the European headquarters for college football. I'm delighted to report we in the main were pushing open doors. Collaboration between public and private sector across industries is the fore of getting this major event over the line. We believe we've discovered a formula for attracting additional major sports events for Ireland, and we look forward to sharing it with the Department of Transport, Tourism and Sport in the very near future. We could not let this opportunity pass without thanking and acknowledging our associated partners, Dublin City Council, Fáilte Ireland, Tourism Ireland, Dublin Town, Grant Thornton and Dublin Airport. Our official supporters, the Glendiplex Group, the US Embassy to Ireland, IBEC and the Atlantic Coast Conference. We look forward to working with our official partners and supporters in order to maximise their individual goals and expectations as part of an overall world-class successful event. Neil Naughton will touch upon a little later that we remain in the market of attracting further partners and supporters, particularly around networking, business and academic events around Game Week. In particular, we would like to acknowledge our title sponsor, Aer Lingus. As part of the campaign trail a couple of months back, we met with Stephen Kavanagh at the airport. At the end of the presentation, on a small matter of an ask, he shook my hand saying it was the right thing to do. Unaware to Stephen at the time, his confidence in the event was the tipping point in making today's announcement a reality. Over the last number of weeks, the collaboration between the event and the Aer Lingus team we can only describe as a real partnership sharing the same aim and objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of Aer Lingus, Stephen Kavanagh.
Taoiseach, Ministers, Lord Mayor, Ambassador O'Malley, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. I'm delighted to be given the opportunity to announce our airline's sponsorship of the 2016 Aer Lingus College Football Classic. Aer Lingus has been serving Boston since 1960, and our transatlantic business has come a long way in the intervening 55 years. In fact, our transatlantic business has come a long way in the intervening 55 days since this summer. Aer Lingus planes will cross the Atlantic 24 times a day, with 6 daily flights connecting Boston with Dublin and Shannon. We will carry 1.5 million guests across the Atlantic in 2015. 400,000 of them travel on those Boston services. We now offer many onward connections from Dublin and Shannon, and it is Aer Lingus' ambition to become the go-to hometown airline for Bostonians, not just for service to Ireland, but also to destinations in the UK and Europe. Aer Lingus is a very proud sponsor and delighted to support this game between Boston and Georgia Tech. We are proud of the way we play our part in the truly special relationship between Ireland and the United States, and events such as these only serve to enhance that relationship. We hope that the 2016 Aer Lingus College Football Classic will bring over 25,000 visitors to Ireland, boosting our economy and enhancing Dublin's international reputation as a sports tourism destination. I would like to thank all involved in securing this event and commit Aer Lingus' support in attempts to secure future similar events. A very special thank you goes to the President of the Boston College, Father William Leahy, for helping to make this event happen. We all look forward now to a fantastic day of sport and community on September 3rd in 2016, and thank you all again for your support today.
Thank you, Stephen. The Aer Lingus College Football Classic will be played at the Aviva Stadium on Saturday, September 3rd, 2016. I would like to acknowledge Martin Murphy and the board of the Aviva Stadium for their approach in making the game become a reality. Along with Boston College, as the official home team, the event looks forward to working in partnership with the stadium in delivering a world-class event to 48,000 game day fans, plus a further 1.2 million viewers on ESPN. Official tour packages go on sale today in the United States. Corporate hospitality packages go on sale today in Ireland. General game day tickets will go on sale in due course via Ticketmaster, starting from €30 per ticket, subject to a booking fee. The event official website has just gone live. That's assuming our colleagues in Dallas are awake. www.collegefootballireland.com. If you would like to be part of a priority ticket sale, which is a guaranteed option to purchase 48 hours ahead of general sale, please register your details via collegefootballireland.com, and we'll keep you informed and developed on all developments and news. College football, while $1 billion industry, is an amateur sport. The traditions are deep. Dublin will once again enjoy the sights of marching bands, cheerleaders, tailgates and pep rallies in 2016. Rather than me trying to badly explain the tradition of college football and to formally rally behind the 2016 game, would you please welcome the US Ambassador to Ireland, Kevin O'Malley.
Thank you, Pádraig and Taoiseach. As the United States Ambassador to Ireland, but particularly as a fanatic sports fan, I couldn't be happier than to be part of this announcement today about a wonderful event that we'll all experience. And I only regret that it's not this September, and we have to wait a little bit. College sports, and particularly college football, have an enormous following in the United States. College sports have dedicated, some people would say, fanatic fans. And Boston College and Georgia Tech followers are really more than fans. They are students, they're staff, they're alumni of these universities that will come here to Ireland to enjoy this classic. They will create a great atmosphere with their rivalry. They will create pageantry, and they will create spirit. It will be fun. College sports games on the scale of something like this, Boston College and Georgia Tech, will bring tens of thousands of Americans to the shores of Ireland. As we have seen with other sporting events of this scale, it really connects our two countries. The fans who come for this game will, we know statistically, tend to stay. They won't just come for the game and leave. They will come and explore this beautiful island. They will give a big boost to the Irish travel industry, clearly, but they will also spread out throughout this country and enhance the economy everywhere. So today I'd like to challenge those of you who are involved in putting on this wonderful, wonderful event, because these fans, these college sports fans, in addition to being well educated, are very well networked. They are committed to the health of their universities, and they're committed to the health of their local economies. So besides benefiting from the tourism bump that will be here, the real success, the long-term success of this wonderful event will be measured down the road in how many connections were made. How did the island of Ireland connect with these Americans? How did these Americans connect with the wonderful business opportunities here? As the Taoiseach so correctly pointed out, there is no better welcome than an American can experience in Ireland. I've been the beneficiary of that for the last 8 months. But what we would like to see happen from this game is that there be connections made for the future, particularly as it relates to business and particularly as it relates to young people. The wonderful familial relationship that exists between Ireland and the United States has devolved into a tremendous economic engine between our two countries, where $40 billion in trade occurred between the island of Ireland and the United States last year. Over $400 billion in investment between the United States and Ireland. And that economic engine that we have created between our two countries, it exists because we are so connected in so very, very many ways. There, of course, are the familial relationships, people like me who point to ancestry here in Ireland. Irish business people and American business people simply get one another. And because of that ability to communicate, we do so well in our business relationships. And this football game that's coming up is simply an example of that the issues, the economic issues that were difficult to overcome in bringing these two football teams to a country with a different currency, as that currency is fluctuating back and forth, and to make all of the logistical arrangements, they were able to be handled because people in Ireland wanted the game and people in the United States wanted the game, and we know how to do business together and to work together for these kinds of goals. And this is just one of the thousands of examples of cross-border connections between the United States and Ireland and how well we can work together. The second thing that this game tells us about is the connection with young people between Ireland and the United States. As Ireland becomes more globally focused in the coming years and decades, and as the United States becomes more globally focused and diverse in the coming decades, we need to take care that this wonderful relationship that exists between our two countries, that I hope you have enjoyed and I know I have enjoyed, in which clearly both of our countries have prospered under, continues to deepen and is handed down to the next generation. We at the Embassy are working on a program we call Creative Minds, where we're trying to connect young Irish with young Americans on things like technology, sports, music, entrepreneurship, so that my children and your children and my grandchildren and your grandchildren will understand and benefit from this warm, deep relationship that exists between our two countries. So this wonderful football game in September of 2016 brought about, with the help of so many wonderful people, the Naughton family, Aer Lingus, people who are committed to the relationship between our two countries and the wonderful things that has created, and that will continue to be created because of our ability to work together, because we want to work together. So thank you to all of the people who worked behind the scenes and who worked out in front. I was involved in some of these transactions. It was not. This was not. There were issues that had to be resolved, but because good people of good heart who get along and who have such a great relationship, we're able to do that. So I'm looking forward. I wish the game were this weekend. The weather's great. We're all set. It'll be a lot of fun, and I hope that it will be profitable for the island of Ireland. I hope it will be a continuation of the warm, wonderful, deep relationship that has led to such the creation of so many jobs and a real shared prosperity between our two wonderful countries. So thanks to everybody for getting this done, and I'm ready for some football.
Thank you, Ambassador. You might wish it's this weekend, but we in the organisation team might have a different view. In 2016, we established a tagline, "Much more than a game," as we collectively discovered all the different elements associated with college football, from leisure to business events, from social outreach to profile networking events. We have, however, included the odd Irish twist and an element of our culture over the last few years. Again, with collaboration, we can further develop the non-game programme to include the 1916 official centenary programme and cement and develop further relations between Ireland and the US. To discuss a little further, please welcome our last speaker, the Chair of the 2016 Football Classic Steering Committee, Mr. Neil Naughton.
Taoiseach, Lord Mayor, Ministers, Ambassador O'Malley. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give you some information on what will be going on behind the scenes to make the Boston College Georgia Tech game a success on many levels. But before I do, I'd like to acknowledge the Trojan work that Pádraig O'Kane, John Anthony and their teams at corporate.ie and Anthony Travel have done to make this game a reality. The game was in severe doubt due to the slide in the value of the euro against the dollar. Many accepted this fate, but not John and Pádraig. For the past 3 months, they have worked tirelessly to create a new business model, a model that hasn't been used before, so that we can be here today to celebrate what they've achieved and look forward to a fantastic game of college football in September 2016. The model they developed is sustainable so that we can look forward to welcoming more colleges to play the inaugural game of each season in Ireland. I checked my Outlook archive this morning, and I alone received over 250 emails from Pádraig. Most days, these were the last emails I received each night, and the first I received the next day. This is in addition to the meetings and the phone calls we had most mornings and evenings. I, for one, am looking forward to the 5th of September 2016, when I can get back to my full-time job of making and selling electrical appliances. I do feel that today is only the start of the hard work, but I'm incredibly enthused because if we do our job, we will welcome over 25,000 visitors and friends from America. If we succeed, we will fill every bed and breakfast and hotel room in the country. The economic impact will be felt at every corner of the country, in every till of our shopkeepers and publicans, and in the pockets of the over 200,000 people in the Irish hospitality sector, in what is the back-to-school weekend, traditionally one of the quietest social weekends in our calendar. I also want the committee to assist in creating a lasting economic impact in Ireland, and I'd like to accept Ambassador O'Malley's challenge. As a result of the business and network opportunities that were hosted around the 2012 and 2014 game weeks, I know of deals that were concluded and businesses found, and this is our ambition next year as well. As Pádraig mentioned, I will chair a steering committee of leaders from Irish society. The committee will comprise of people I have asked already, people I have yet to ask, and even people I haven't thought of asking yet. If you are in the latter category and think you could contribute, please don't be slow in coming forward. We do need your help. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Funny, that's the second time now in the last 12 hours that I've heard that the work is only beginning. When we finally had last words with Brad Bates, the athletic director in Boston last night, he had the same comments, work is just beginning. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our formalities. On behalf of our colleagues, Anthony Travel and Corporate.ie, we would like to thank our speakers and guests in Boston, Fáilte William Leahy, An Taoiseach Enda Kenny, Stephen Kavanagh, Ambassador O'Malley and Neil Naughton. As we pass the baton over to Boston Lounge, a light lunch and refreshments is being served by the staff here in Fire. Please enjoy. Thank you for taking your time out to be with us today, and remember collegefootballireland.com for further information. Thank you very much.